The Middle East is a transcontinental region, resulting in a semi-arid steppe zone. The next stop is Palmyra. Maybe you've heard of this place before. I'm Camilla, I make travel and geography related videos, and I need your help for the country videos. If you know anything fun to do or see in the upcoming countries, please let me know on my Instagram account travel.and.geography, because together we know more. Now, today we are zooming in on Syria. Syria, where they built a city into the mountains. Let's zoom in. Syria is a country in Western Asia, in the Middle East region. But what exactly is the Middle East? The Middle East is a transcontinental region, lying in both Asia and Africa, generally including Western Asia, Egypt and Iran. We can say Syria lies in the center of the Middle East. It borders 5 countries: Turkey, Iraq, Jordan, Israel and Lebanon, as well as the Mediterranean Sea in the west. There is a border dispute going on with Israel over this region, the Golan Heights. See, the border is pretty complicated in this region. There is a lot of history behind this border and I'm not going to go into detail, but anyway, Syria and Israel do not agree on where the border goes. Syria only has one inhabited island, called Arwad, in the Mediterranean Sea. Look, there are many buildings and many boats. Other islands are to be found south of Arwad. Syria is the 87th largest country in the world, just smaller than Senegal and just bigger than Cambodia. With 17.5 million people, it comes in number 65 in population. In 1960, life expectancy was 52 years. In 2019, life expectancy was increased with 20 years to 72.7 years. You might think life expectancy would have dropped because of the ongoing civil war, but that is only partly true. From 2011, when the civil war started, it went down with a year and a half, but from 2014, life expectancy has been rising again. The capital city is Damascus, and other cities are Aleppo and Homs. And now for the extreme points. The easternmost point lies here in the Tigris River on the border with Iraq. The southernmost point lies here on the border with Jordan. The westernmost point lies on this peninsula close to the town Latakia. And we have the northernmost point also in the Tigris River, now bordering Turkey. Now we are measuring how regular the shape of the country is. We have the area of the rectangle. The area of Syria is about 185,000 square kilometers. So Syria covers 55% of the rectangle. Now we'll zoom into the capital, Damascus. Here's the capital city. We can see these tall mountains. Let's visit this city. I'm gonna try there first. And it seems like we're at the parking lot of a bank. Franza Bank, Syria. This looks like a mirror. There's a Volvo logo. I was gonna say it looks like the Pepsi logo, but I don't think that it is. Lots of cars parked here. These look like pretty new buildings. Here there is a restaurant for when you're waiting at the bank. Patty restaurants. I really appreciate how they're using the English language as well as the Arabic language, because I really cannot understand this language. Okay, so we have seen some Syrian banks. Let's see what else we can see here. I'm gonna go into the old town. Whoa, look at that! Smooth floor. Look at that art. There's so many details going on here. All these arches. That is beautiful. And there's some color here too in the glass. This really reminds me of this mosque in Cordoba in Spain. Pretty similar. Whoa, it's big here. Looks like a nice and sunny day here in the old town of Damascus. Yeah, it looked like we landed in the Umayyad Mosque. Let's try one more place. I'm gonna try there. Oh, this definitely reminds me of Lebanon. 3 rows of cars. In Lebanon, cars could almost park anywhere, making the street pretty narrow. I don't know if that's the case here, of course, but it really reminds me of Lebanon. These are houses, small balconies. A guy on a bicycle. A neighborhood of Damascus. Same song. The new super powerful notes. Landscapes! Let's start with the topography map. The most low-lying areas are to be found in northern Syria. The coastal areas are fairly green and flat, but soon meet a mountain range, the An-Nusayriya Mountains. By the way, I'm gonna mispronounce a lot of words in this episode. With the tallest peak over 1500 meters. Moving inland, the land is rather flat, with a few areas reaching 1000 meters in elevation. But with the sea further away, the land gets drier, resulting in a semi-arid steppe zone. And moving more east, the land is dominated by arid deserts, called the Syrian deserts. In south and central Syria is where we can find the tallest mountains. We have the Abu Roiman Mountains, Al Ruwaq Mountains, the El Druze Mountains, and the tallest mountain is to be found in the anti-Lebanon mountain range. I saw this mountain range when I was in Lebanon. I made 4 videos on Lebanon, by the way, if you're interested. There's a link down below. The tallest mountain is called Mount Hermon and lies on the border with Lebanon at 2,814 meters, or 9,232 feet. Rivers! You may have already noticed this big, obvious river crossing the country all the way from the mountains in Turkey and crossing the border into Iraq. Yes, it's the Euphrates River. It is the longest and one of the most historically important rivers of Western Asia. And it is historically important because the river attracts life, both animals and people. People have been living close to this river for thousands of years and being the reason for the start of the civilizations. Still, many settlements lie along the river. You remember I said the eastern parts of Syria is dominated by arid deserts? Yeah, that's true, but take a look at the land close to the river. It's green. Plants want to live here because plants like water. Geography, together with biology, is so fascinating. Other rivers are tributaries of the Euphrates, like this one, the Nar al-Kabur River, also originating from the Turkish highlands and coming together with the Euphrates here. Lakes. The largest lake in Syria, you can see clearly on the map, is called Lake Assad. It really is a reservoir of the Euphrates River. A large number of canals are built from this lake to irrigate land for agriculture. The lake also provides the city Aleppo with drinking water and sustains a fishing industry. The largest natural lake in Syria, however, is the Sabkat El Jabal. It is a seasonal lake, meaning it fills up in the rainy season and dries up when it doesn't rain. This makes it a saline lake, a salty lake. And there are salt flats to be found there. The area of the lake includes the Sabkat Al Jabor Nature Reserve, which protects water birds. Let's do a rhino street view. I'm gonna start by going here. Yes, I chose this place because I wanted to see the Euphrates River, and I think this is it. See, there are lots of plants. Whoa, this river has a really nice color. It's like greenish. I like it. I wonder if there are many fish in here too. There are pipes going into the water. And these are houses overlooking this river. Is that a person working there? Yeah, it is. Next place, and I want to go there. Whoa, look at that viewpoint. This is Syria. You know, when I think about Syria, I just think of it as being a large desert, but as we have learned, it is more than that. This is super green. Lots of trees and bushes. These houses. It's a beautiful country. Looks like a Mediterranean climate. And a motorcycle. Someone has been driving up this hill to take this picture. Yeah, this view is beautiful. Okay, one more place. I'm gonna go here, along that highway going from Damascus to Homs. So it looks like the highway is going here. And here we have, I want to say a gas station, but I'm actually not sure. Many cars parked here. A place along the road where I can get a bite to eat. Look at this dry and arid landscape. And here are the mountains of Syria, with this big truck and the mountains in the background. Opposite side time! I put my ruler in the capital city Damascus, move it for 20,000 kilometers around the globe. I'm smelling the Pacific Ocean already, and there we go. Okay, the closest land is probably Pitcairn Island, a British overseas territory. Time for some travel suggestions. Traveling to Syria. Is that even possible with the ongoing civil war? The US government advises against travel to Syria due to conflicts and civil unrest. But that doesn't mean you can't travel there. Yeah, I believe it might be risky to travel there, but I also believe many Syrians would be happy to see tourists. I mean, Syrians live there, they work, they go to school. Life goes on. There is so much to do and see in Syria. I read on a travel blog, againstthecompass.com, that it is perfectly safe in Damascus and Aleppo, and the tourism rate is increasing. So you can start your travel in Damascus. In Damascus, you can visit the old city and experience the history. The Umayyad Mosque is a highlight, but there is also the Temple of Jupiter and the Al Azam Palace. If you're getting hungry, you can visit the Souk El Hamidiyeh, a market with lots of small shops where they sell anything. You can try some delicious Syrian food. I know it's similar to Lebanese food, and really, it is so tasty. At night, you can climb the Mount Qasiyun, and from there you can see the whole city. Continue your Syria trip to Malula, a town 56 kilometers north of Damascus. What is fascinating about this town is that it's built into the rugged mountainside at an altitude of more than 1500 meters. And this is where this whole other language is spoken, Western Neo-Aramaic. There are only 2 other villages in the whole world where this language is spoken. According to studies, the language of Jesus was also Western Aramaic dialect, making this region historically and linguistically significant. So definitely pick up a few words while you're there and you're speaking a really rare and special language. The town is also known for its monasteries. See, both Muslims and Christians live here. One of the monasteries is called Saint Sarkis, and it is one of the oldest surviving monasteries in Syria. The next stop is Palmyra. Maybe you've heard of this place before. It is an ancient city in the Syrian deserts. And archaeologists believe it was founded in the 3rd millennium before Christ and is known for its super old ruins. Researchers believe it was first controlled by the Arameans, then the Arabs came, then the Romans came, and the Persians came. So many people have affected this city. In 2015, media reported that ISIS militants had destroyed some of the ruins. Restoration work has begun, so visiting here must be a real special experience. Syria has a history that goes way back, with the Euphrates River having attracting people for a long time. Syria has tall mountains, a huge desert, salt flats, and old ruins. I really hope the tourism rate will continue to increase in Syria, at least after Corona. These were some geographical facts on Syria. Next time we're going to go back to Europe, to Switzerland, and we're zooming out. Thank you for watching, guys.